morning, folks. Nice crisp morning. I'm on my way out to a job in the Never Land of the woods. The last 2 days it's been in the 40s, and the guy's been working and working. Trying to get me out on a job, but they want to keep working, and so it's Sunday morning. Hope it doesn't offend many of you guys, but I gotta do what I gotta do sometimes. It's not very often anymore, so I'll go out today. Got 3 broken bolts in a boom that hold the boom slide, and a cup, if you will, on super good bucket. Somehow he must have hooked the corner and busted it, and yeah, I'm gonna replace those. So that's what you're gonna see if I film it. Come on along for the ride, and I hope they don't copyright me, because it's Sunday morning and up here we got the polka show on. So I'll have the polkas blaring in the background, so nobody minds. I got a weird sense of grew up listening to the polkas on Sunday morning with the folks, and somehow can't shut it off on Sunday mornings. So yeah, you'll see me drilling and tapping and beating, and I don't know, I got everything I think I need. I even got the big porch. Yeah, we'll see. Might be a silent film, you never know. Okay. So we're here. Shut this off for a second. I had trouble with this old girl yesterday. 200 and some hours on it. Never ever had a lick of trouble, but I was on this job yesterday and it wouldn't start. And all I could attribute to was water in the gas. So I took it back to the shop, spent the afternoon dicking around with it, and pulled the plugs out, and the heads were loaded up, and blah blah blah, and she wouldn't fire. She had plenty of spark, all that good stuff, but yeah, I drained no gas out, put some fresh gas in it, and let her run for a half hour on high idle and fast idle, whatever you call it. Well, if it's fast, it ain't idling. You know what I mean? And kicked her up, and I started it before I left the shop just to make sure she'd run. So I want to listen to the polkas a little bit this morning. So anyways, I'm going to show you what I got to do. This cap, like that one, just snaps, and you can see that's bent out a little bit. So I brought the big rosebud so I can whack that straight, put the new cap on, and then some broken off bolts in there, missing the slide. So that's about what I got going on. Gotta go old school.
Renegades, Chrysler Pacifica, all that stuff.
He broke one bit off the extractor in one of them, and now I see the tip of a drill bit in the other, so all it's doing is wrecking it. So I'm going to get the air out in the die grinder and just die grind them out and pick them out with a pick. What a sad state of affairs that was. Wow. They fought me all the way. I'm going to tell you something. What am I going to tell you? I had to use the dirty trick. You see that? The dirty trick is this. Oh, let's see. Let it fall down on my ass. One. Oh, look at the water come out of there. I gotta drain it. Nothing but trouble today. Shouldn't be out here. 3 different die grinder bits. One of them had a drill bit broke off down deep. If I wouldn't have had carbide. The other one had an easy out broke down deep. And the other one, I got my left-handed drill bit in there and it went zip right out. So, but those two were so, yeah, I didn't know it, so I dulled a couple of left-handed drill bits of mine on those 2 holes. Yeah. So at any rate, what you do is you go in there and you just keep die grinding until you see the high points of the threads, which would be the female part, not the bolt. You'll see it, and all at once you'll start seeing the color change, and then you'll even though you're going tight, you'll see it move in there. Just stop, get out, get a pick, and then try to get a hold of one of those pieces and then just thread it out. I just showed you that little stringy deal, and that's what I had to do, but it took me an hour and a half. Well, an hour. So now I'm going to put all this crap together and look at the other side. I don't quite get this, and I'm alright. They come like this. They all thread. I salvaged all the threads. There's no problems there. Everything works good. So I didn't have to run a tap in. Well, for one thing, I didn't bring one, but they all went in good. Now, I understand the jam nut is supposed to be under here. So look over here, and this is the way I would do it. I would have that thing set, and then I would jam that so that it's preset. But here's a loose one. That upper one is loose, so I'm going to tighten them up. But I also wouldn't do this. I wouldn't ram these tight. They'll never come out. I wouldn't ram them in there tight. I'd tighten them and back them off a turn, because that way, if it does bust, that bolt is going to be loose in there. And this jam nut and this lock nut are going to hold it to the plate. And if you keep them tight, they ain't never going to come off, and they can't never turn out. So these were just rammed in there right tight, and they're bottomed out, and there was so much, that little bit of torque right there, I was fighting to get that out of there because they're deadheaded in there. So I'm gonna do my thing in the way I do it, so if they break them off again, hopefully they'll be able to just spin them out if they keep these tight. So enough of this. I got this other thing ready to go. She's cooled off plenty. It's been long enough. And I'm going to put the cap on, and she should be good. You get the idea. Just whittle around in there with the die grinder. Just take your time. That's all you can do. It was already too big to put a weld in there. It was just one of those things. So you got to use that old patience that you have, if you have it, and get her done. Okay, we'll talk to you on the next video. Thumbs up, subscribe, leave comments below. I try to answer them all. So yeah, just got to put that on and clean up here and get out of here and go back and do some work in the shop. Well, there it is, all done. All done and adjusted. I had to, this one is new enough, this one was wore out, I had to bring it in to take up the gap and keep it even. So we're all done. We're all packed up. Who's we? I am. Ready to go give her ding and listen to some more polkas. See you, bye.